Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today. I am Axel Rodriguez, a PhD candidate from the Department of Computer Science and Information Engineering at National Taiwan University of Science and Technology. The aim of today's presentation is to present our framework, FADOS, framework for automatic detection and integration of unstructured data of hate speech on Facebook using sentiment and emotion analysis. First, I will give a brief introduction to our framework regarding online hate speech detection on Facebook, FADOS. Second, I briefly mention the two most important background literature. And finally, I will explain our methodology and experiment before discussing our result that can surpass the state-of-the-art approaches by approximately 10%. Hate speech has increased dramatically around the world. For example, on February 14, 2018, a former student, Nicolas Cruz, that guy, posted on his Facebook his plan to kill 17 people. It's terrible, yeah? I would like to invite you, all of you, to identify which post has hate speech, the first one or the second one. The first one is regarding Israel being guilty and deserving all their killing in anti-Semitic hate speech. And the second one regarding Donald Trump, former US president, against Jewish Liberal Party who didn't support him. He said, vote to destroy America and Israel. The first one, of course, is explicit, but the second one is implicit. People like former US President Donald Trump sometimes use a clever language to hint at hate speech on Facebook. This makes it difficult for Facebook computer system algorithm to detect, but not for our solution. The big issue here is that social media platforms like Facebook struggle to stop all the hate speech, even though Facebook has removed a quarter of it in 2019, based on the interview with Mark Zuckerberg to the Guardian newspaper. But he recognized their technology couldn't catch everything. It means this issue is difficult for their artificial intelligence, but not impossible for our solution. The major contribution of our study are as follows. First, we developed a semi-automatic method to discover pages that discuss sensitive topics. Second, we propose an automatic method to cluster posts from papers that discuss specific topics. And finally, we design and implement a new framework for hate speech detection, and according to the experiment result, our framework can surpass the state-of-the-art in precision, recall, and F1 score by approximately 10%, as I mentioned before. Two important literature reviews, for example, Ben David et al., 2021, he used a manual method to detect hate speech in only political posts on Facebook, while our solution is an automatic framework that can be used to detect hate speech on any topics. Mueller et al., another researcher, conduct an empirical evaluation for their method on dataset of crime-related social media posts, while our solution, FADOS, has been evaluated on a variety of different datasets, including politics posts, religion posts, and ethic posts. Our methodology basically have two parts. The first part, this one, have the discovery layer. And the second part have the three last layers. The sensitive social layer, the sentiment and emotion analysis layer, and the last one, the clustering layer. To tackle this issue with the first layer, we invite some celebrity or some people regarding to the politics of the United States that they know what pages promote hate speech but hide the real true feelings. As I mentioned before, people like ex-US President Donald Trump sometimes use fancy word or clever word to hint the real intention. For that reason, this is our challenge, to discover this kind of hate speech. Okay, we use Graph API between centrality to pick the 50 most influential players. In the sensitive social data collection, we pick the 50 most influential pages. We use interface Graph API from Facebook in order to get the latest post. And again, we use Graph API to get the latest comment. And we use two dictionaries to filter. The first dictionary is based on bad phrases, and the second dictionary is based in sensitive phrases. First dictionary is explicit, but the second dictionary is implicit, yeah? Because some controversial topics that are very sensitive. Sentiment and emotion analysis layer. Of course, you ask, what is the difference between hate speech and free speech? For that reason, we need to use more sophisticated filter, like a sentiment and emotion analysis. To filter this, we use a sentiment analysis with Vader, and we create our own tool, naming Yummy, to detect emotion analysis in order to get the sentence and score. It's important to mention that Yummy is based on the A emotion of Dr. Plotchin. Instead of Vader, only detect a sentiment analysis between -1 and +1. This is the table, the output from Vader. For example, we can appreciate the negative, neutral, pose, and compound score. And from Yummy, we can detect the A emotion based on Dr. Plotchin theory. This is a lot of rules. I know it's too complicated because some of you are not related to the natural language processing and this study. But I am going to mention the most important rules. For example, negative sentence is the Yummy detect anger, disgust, or bullying, and negative sentence is greater than equal to 0.05, or compound score is less than equal to -0.05. The negative sentence is considered negative, otherwise not. Another, for example, to detect hate speech, hate in a post, is the negative ratio is greater than equal threshold 1, and average negative post is greater than equal threshold 2, or average component is less than equal minus threshold 3, the post is considered with a strong hate speech. Some statistics to our original data set regarding to this layer. We can observe some posts. The first one is regarding to the LGBT funeral in a Baptist church, and the other is in TV, example coming of hate speech. The last layer is the clustering stage. It's the most important layer. because we use TDF IDF vectorized to get the matrix, and we pre-processing all the posts as a document. Of course, we use artificial intelligence, machine learning, coming unsupervised algorithm. As you can observe in this graph, our method can detect hate speech by topics. For example, cities, sanctuaries, immigration, Muslim, Islam, terrorism, killing, etc. Our experiment result has followed several parameters, threshold, and something like this. We can carry out many experiments regarding emotion, analysis alone, sentiment alone, and combine both of them. This is the result. We can differentiate for the different data set, the low data set, the medium data set, and the highly negative data set. The most important result or higher result is with the medium level of data set. As I mentioned in this graph, we can identify less undefined topics. Comparison with the first and the last one. Only one undefined topic. The first one have two, and the last one have two. So it's easy to distinguish the medium level of data set. We got a better result. Another experiment using emotion, sentiment, or both. According to this bar graph, we can identify the sentiment 1, sentiment 3, and combined 3 have the best result. And this is a cluster. This is another experiment with TDF, IDF parameters, and we can observe the original and shorter program and also longer nanogram and smaller maximum definition have the higher result. This is a cluster by a small DF parameter configuration. We can observe different clusters for this experiment. Another table, we can observe a different cluster for all the data sets, sentiment 3 data set, sentiment 1, emotion data set. For example, emotion data set, we can observe Obama health insurance, American law of Trump, etc. Different topics according to the hate speech. Additional experiment. This researcher carry out some experiment about different research about hate speech. They group by the best, with comparison with the 3 best. Comparison with the 3 best, the first approach, the second, and third, we can observe our framework surpass in precision, recall, and F1 by approximately 10%. And our method is the only method that uses clustering and Cummings supervised algorithm. To conclude, to sum up, the first step is to discover pages that may contain cover discriminatory practice and statement. We can use graph, sentiment, emotion analysis, clustering method to cluster and analyze posts that include hate speech. It's important to mention that our method is a hybrid method. It's the first step to discover pages that may contain cover discriminatory practice and statement. This is a new approach, yield promising results for healthier and safer experience on Facebook. When comparing the fine-tuned model, the median dataset performed better than the high level of hate speech. This is our reference. I would like to invite all of you to fight with me against hate speech online on Facebook. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, please go to the poster section that I am going to explain in detail everything. Thank you.